Poor Meghan. She has not even launched her newest idea and backlash has already started.
Meghan has no idea what she's doing.
It's so laughable.
Meghan Markle is proudly presenting her first and maybe her last cookbook in 2026. Brace yourselves for a cookbook filled with authentic and organic recipes from her failed Netflix show With Love, Meghan. Get ready to learn how to transfer pretzels from one plastic bag to another, how to make ice cubes from water, and how to invite friends that you've never even met before. But even if Meghan had original content to offer us, the real problem is that usually backlash comes after a disappointment. But with Meghan, it comes before the experience. She has not yet released the book. People have not bought it, not seen it, not tried it, not tested it. And yet, a wave of criticism enters.
Will I purchase it? Absolutely not. I would rather die in a fire.
So today we're diving much deeper, because it's not about loving or hating Meghan, although I love reading your thoughts and comments, but it's about why she lacks credibility. Why is her ambition not enough? Because ambition is the one thing she does have. She tried acting and had one role in one show. She published a children's book with no impact. She tried podcasting twice actually, and both failed. Then her lifestyle brand as ever, with overpriced jams and products that at first understocked, but now overstocked as proven thanks to her disaster website glitch. And then her Netflix cooking show, With Love, Meghan, just bombed. A feel-good homemade cooking show that made a lot of people feel bad and worried, like this commenter. Excuse me, Meghan Markle, nicknamed Salmonella Sussex, is planning to author a culinary cookbook? But Meghan does not give up and tries to reinvent herself once again. According to the article, her upcoming cookbook may include recipes like her single skillet spaghetti, a rainbow-themed fruit salad, and of course her beloved jams and marmalades. And it's also expected to feature tips and tricks for hosting at home, something we saw in her Netflix series. Tips and tricks will include how to tie a ribbon around a jar to gift to your friends that you've never even met before, how to write handwritten notes with pen and paper. But if you don't know how to do that, don't worry, Meghan will be your guide. Just don't expect any recipes from start to finish, because if it's based on her show, it will all be hints, little bits of this and little bits of that, but never exact quantities. And again, if you don't understand, don't worry, Meghan says it's so easy and fun.
Everything's easier than it seems. It's really easy to do. Really, really easy.
Now let's assume that Meghan's cookbook has interesting content to offer us. Then why the backlash ahead of time? I mean, normally this should not be so shocking. Many lifestyle books, they include recipes. Many celebrities offer us this type of content. I mean, maybe you know some celebrities and some cookbooks that you are interested in, and please do comment below. And while you're there, can you hit the like and subscribe? I really appreciate that. But the difference here is, this is about Meghan Markle's cookbook. But you know, when you buy something, you're not just buying the product. You buy from the person behind the product. And when you don't trust or like the person, would you still buy that product?
I don't know.
Meghan is the most disliked celebrity. But bear with me here, because trust also comes from credibility. And Meghan has not shown us any talent yet. She has tried so many things, but nothing sticks. But it's not her lack of attempts that's the issue. Meghan Markle thinks that she's credible because of her title, Duchess of Sussex. She thinks that she can skip all the steps, take a shortcut to success, because she married Prince Harry and she doesn't have to put in any effort. And that's why there's so much backlash. People don't believe in her and they're not buying it anymore. Another comment on X sums this up nicely. Unfortunately, she mistakes performance for progress. There is no learning curve because there is no self-awareness, only constant posing. Everything is curated for applause with nothing built to last, and that is why every project collapses. She does not realize you cannot fake competence forever, and she has now reached a stage where even the packaging fools no one. And this one, a cookbook lives or dies on credibility and craft. She has shown neither. So yes, a greatest hits of other people's work with no substance of her own would be entirely on brand. I'd like to add another factor, which is relatability. Because let's be honest here, how many of you relate to Meghan Markle's tips and tricks, feel-good tips and tricks that need a wallet to support it? Because how many of you can afford those high-end organic ingredients like vanilla beans turmeric, lavender honey, homemade chocolate bark, or the highest quality of olive oil from a specific farm somewhere? Because just like her, we all have a beehive in our gigantic garden with rescued chickens and edible flowers, right? But hey, if you don't have those flower sprinkles, no panic. For 5 grams or 0.18 ounces, you pay only $15. $15 for some flower sprinkles. How relatable is Meghan when we watch her cook with luxury jewelry, a cashmere sweater, designer clothing? Because that's what normal people wear to cook at home in our kitchen, right? Or how to never use tap water but only filtered water to cook. Because that's what you do? I'm not a good cook, you tell me, but I've never used filtered water to cook. But regardless of any doubts, Meghan, she believes in herself and she believes in her success.
I believe in myself.
Of course she believes in herself because that's typical for a narcissist. They feel superior and they expect to be recognized as superior. They are self-obsessed and they exaggerate every single small achievement, and they fantasize about unlimited power and success. But it's not just her ego or lack of competence. People are not saying, how dare she? People are saying, why her? Why Meghan? Because this is where the real problem begins. Successful people, they launch something specific, something unique, a unique skill, a unique talent, a signature skill. A chef has a very distinct culinary signature. A fashion designer has a unique look and style. But Meghan, what is her signature? What makes her unique? What makes her stand out? Besides the title of most disliked celebrity or villain of the year, I have an idea. She might deserve the title of best copycat. Her ideas, her recipes, her kitchen, her decorations, the way she dresses, even her fruit plate, it's not an original idea. I've made a video with more detail on her track record of mega copies, but I'll link to that below. But the worst part is that she thinks she can copy credibility. And that's the real issue. It's not the cookbook, it's the authority, the figure behind the cookbook. Just like this commenter said. A cookbook represents trust. Trust that the author knows what they're doing and won't put readers at risk. It signals an understanding of technique, safety, responsibility. When hygiene lapses and basic food safety errors are part of the public record, that trust does not exist. This is about competence, and competence is not something you can manifest through PR. That lack of credibility and trust is why people judge before her launch. Even with all her expensive PR, even if her book has flower petals sprinkled all over it, without a skill, she cannot manifest credibility. So who's gonna buy her book? Probably people who really want to know how to tie a ribbon or how to make ice cubes from water, but also people who love her show because, according to Meghan, they do exist.
And so if you know your audience, you know your demographic, well, they love the show. And my partners love the show, and that's why we have a season 2.
Other buyers will include collectors, because there are collectors of cookbooks and they will buy any cookbook regardless of who it's from. And then there are the critics who will buy her book and then roast it. And maybe you will buy her book and tell me what you will expect. Will you expect something educational, something entertaining, something surprising, or another big Meghan Markle flop?
Oh my gosh.
Her ambition is not bad, but ambition without credibility, without a skill, without talent, and then sprinkled with narcissism, that is why people lose trust. And that's why any new idea will struggle to survive. But that's just my opinion, and you can let me know yours. And also, never say never. There might still be hope, because I've made a video with, I think, 13 predictions that could either make or break Meghan and Harry's future. So if you haven't seen that, I'll see you in that video. I'll link to it below as well.